Hi, I'm starting a new segment and it's called Tanisha Teaches. In today's video, I'll be talking about the anatomy of the cubital fossa. The cubital fossa. It is a triangular shaped fossa present on the anterior aspect of the elbow joint. The apex of the triangle is facing distally, that is, away from the center, and represents an area of transition between the arm and forearm. The cubital fossa conveys important structures between arm and forearm. As I said earlier, it is a triangular shaped structure and consists of three borders, a roof and a floor. The borders are as follows. You can look at a diagram in BD Chaurasia as I explained this. Laterally, we have the medial border of brachioradialis, medially the lateral border of pronator teres. The base is directed upwards, and it's an imaginary line joining the medial and lateral epicondyles of the humerus. The apex is directed distally. The roof is made of the skin and fascia. In the fascia, we have the superficial and deep fascia. As part of the superficial fascia, we have the median cubital vein and lateral and medial cutaneous nerve of forearm, as you can see in the diagram given on the side. You also have the subcutaneous fat and bicipital aponeurosis. The floor is proximally made of brachialis muscle and distally supinator. The contents of the cubital fossa from medial to lateral are median nerve, biceps tendon, brachial artery and radial nerve. Now there is an interesting way to remember this. There are two ways. I'll tell you both the ways. One is MBBR, M for median nerve, biceps tendon, brachial artery, and then R for radial nerve. Or the other way of remembering it is really need beer to be at my nicest. Now whichever way works for you guys, I'll let you all choose. Alright, let's get into the details of each of the contents. We start with the median nerve. The median nerve originates from lateral and medial cords of brachial plexus. It runs between the two heads of pronator teres and supplies motor and sensory function in anterior forearm and hand. The biceps tendon attaches to the radial tuberosity on the radius. It gives rise to the bicipital aponeurosis, which forms the roof. The third content, the brachial artery, runs medial to the biceps tendon and splits into radial and ulnar arteries in the cubital fossa. The radial nerve originates from posterior cord of the brachial plexus and runs close to the brachioradialis muscle. In the cubital fossa, it splits into deep and superficial branches. It has motor and sensory function in the posterior forearm and hand. No answer is complete without studying the clinical relevance of it. Number 1, we have supracondylar fractures. These are fractures of the distal humerus. It's more common in children and can damage structures in the cubital fossa. Damage to the brachial artery can cause Volkmann's ischemia contracture, and this is where there is contraction of the flexor aspect of the arm and forearm because of damage to the brachial artery, which leads to ischemia of the muscles. The second clinical importance is IV injections. I'm sure a lot of you have either seen IV injections being given or received it yourself. There is the medial cubital vein, as I mentioned, in the superficial fascia above the cubital fossa and the roof of the cubital fossa, and in this vein we try to give IV injections. The blood pressure is measured by compressing the brachial artery, so that is also something that you all have seen or have experienced yourselves and can relate to it. If you like that video, do let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe, because I will be making more such videos in the coming weeks. If there is a particular anatomy video that you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments, so I'll do those videos first if you have an exam coming up. I will also be working on other subjects alongside.